Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Real Classic Film Reviews and the part of the channel where we take a bit of a look, a bit of a deep dive into what I've picked up on home video, home media over the recent months, because I've kind of since drifted out of my kind of month by month pickups schedule. God knows where I am, so we're just going to do a kind of recent haul. As you can see, we're going to start off with two 4K releases here that have been recently added to the collection. The first one is 1994's The Shawshank Redemption. Not a great deal I can say about this film that hasn't already been said. Masterpiece. Long overdue a rewatch though, I will admit that, but it's been a long time since I've watched it. But Frank Darabont's 1994 prison movie. Not the biggest fan of this artwork or this image choice on the front cover when there's so much great artwork out there for it. But it is what it is. Just good to have it on 4K. I hear it's a really good transfer. We've got kind of commentaries on there and documentaries and things that are probably familiar to you if you own other home video releases of The Shawshank Redemption. So that was the first pickup. We'll start putting things to one side. Next up, as you can see, we've got Oliver Stone's The Doors. Again, another film that I have not seen for a long time. Definitely overdue a rewatch. 1991, I think this was. Which incidentally was the same year that Stone released JFK, which is a bit of a show off. The Doors gets a little bit of stick. I really enjoyed it when I first watched it. I've never seen this final cut. I'm not entirely sure about the details of this final cut. But yeah, this and JFK were released in the same year, 1991, and that was probably the last time Stone made a great film. His kind of mid 80s to early 90s were a kind of good period for him, but since maybe not so much. I don't think I've seen any of the special features on these. I think the last time I watched this might have been a kind of really old DVD. So we've got the final cut. We've got original theatrical trailers and things like that. So I'll have to have a bit of a dig into that and have a little peek. Right, what have we got next? We've got a few box sets here, but we'll go for this the Woodfall box set, A Revolution in British Cinema. It's a hefty one, weighs an absolute ton. Woodfall was a production company that started in the 50s, I think. I want to say the early 50s in the UK. And this isn't all the films they made, but it's a really good kind of selection of some of the best and most well-known films. We'll have a quick peek at these. So it's one of the most famous, Burton Bloom in Look Back in Anger, The Entertainer, Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, A Taste of Honey. Great one, that with Albert Finney, Saturday Night and Sunday Morning. The Knack and How to Get It, Girl with the Green Eyes, which I don't think I've seen that one, and Tom Jones. So lots and lots of kind of good viewing there. But the real draw of the set, obviously with the films aside, is this absolutely amazing booklet, or book I should say, because it's pretty thick, and this is all obviously from the BFI, so they've done a cracking job in putting that together. This isn't a recent set, this is a relatively old set now, but if you can find that for a good price, absolutely worth picking up. And that's Woodfall, A Revolution in British Cinema. Right, next up let's have a little look at, we'll stick with the BFI releases, and this one's Ghost Stories for Christmas Volume 1. Really happy that these got reissued on Blu-ray. These Ghost Stories for Christmas, as seen on the BBC, have been around for a long time, and I know that there's some kind of quite long in the tooth DVD sets out there now that aren't the greatest quality, so it's good to have them remastered on Blu-ray. And this is Volume 1, so they're not a great deal of content on there. I think it's like 3 or 4 stories. Let's have a little peek. So one of them is Whistle and I'll Come to You. We get the 68 and the 2010 version. I've never seen the 2010 version of that, but it's a great a creepy little film. Lost Hearts there as well, and let's have a little look. The Stalls of Barchester and A Warning to the Curious. So I really hope they kind of continue on with these. Again, it's the BFI, so you get a great booklet in there. But if you get to see these are real treasures. And I think you can catch them on YouTube as well, but they're not the greatest quality, so kind of don't really judge them off there. Genuinely creepy, and I think these kind of came out, I want to say it was the kind of early 70s, was it kind of? I'm not sure that when they first started to get shown. Let's have a quick peek. or maybe before then, 68. Sorry, 68, yeah, of course, because that was Whistling I Come to You. But, you know, they must have scared the pants off people back in the day, certainly for something that was shown on the BBC. So, again, another purchase to consider. Next up, we'll kind of do these all in. So this is the BFI's Player for Today, and this is Volume 3. So the Player for Today was a show, like an anthology series, really, that came on British television, well, the BBC. And I think this was kind of went through from the early 70s right the way through to the mid 80s, I want to say. Maybe a bit earlier, I'm not too sure. So the works that are contained in this set go from 71 to 79. There's literally like 2, 4, 6 kind of different plays on there. And I don't think, did I see... Oh no, I'm thinking of volume 2. So this is like the third and so far final volume. They're kind of odd sets because they're quite basic inside in terms of presentation. So like it's literally this, which is quite odd. It's quite interesting. But just to have these available in this quality is absolutely amazing. And obviously each one of them comes with, you know, a really kind of in-depth booklet on the works. So certainly one to look out for. Like I said, this is the third volume of the 3. And I hope they kind of keep doing them because there's still plenty more content out there that they could mine for these. But yeah, don't sleep on those. If you see these for a good price, again, definitely worth picking up. We'll have a quick look. Let's have a look. We'll go with the Jello set because it's relatively new to me. I know it's an old set. I think this is the Jello Essentials Red Box or Volume 1, featuring 3 Italian horror thrillers. Obviously, The Possessed, The Fifth Chord, and the Pajama Girl case. Let's have a look. So great artwork on the box there. The Pajama Girl case. The Fifth Chord and The Possessed. So. And this is the first set, I think, of 3 sets. I think is there a black one, and then most recently I think a white box set's come out. I'm not 100% sure on the content of those films, but if you're into your Italian horror thrillers, or just your horrors in general, your thrillers in general, these are a good way to go. And this one was on sale at a ridiculously cheap price, and I couldn't kind of pass it up. So really happy to add that to the Jello collection. We'll go for this powerhouse indicator release of Remember the Night, which is a Christmas-themed rom-com from 1940. I want to say, heck, I might be wrong. 1940, yeah. Like you see there, starring Barbara Stanwyck and Fred McMurray. I've yet to see this, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out. This has got the all singing, all dancing indicator treatment. 3,000 copies made. That's 1,531 is my number if you're interested in that kind of thing. Again, the special features on these are comprehensive, to say the least. And inside we get, there's a poster in that box. There's obviously the Blu-ray itself with the list of features, reversible sleeve, and then again the booklet. There's literally more reading material in this film collection than I might ever have time to get through, but it's there anyway and it's ready and it's nice to have available. So yeah, that's Remember the Night, starring Barbara Stanwyck and Fred McMurray. Really looking forward to checking that out. And finally, we'll have a quick look at... Whoops, as I knocked the camera. Let's turn that back around. I think this is the Zavvi exclusive version of Robin Hood and the Prince of Thieves, again from 1991. There was a few different versions of this released, to like a regular version, Steelbook, regular case. I think this is the Zavvi exclusive one that I decided to pick up in the end. I'm a big fan of this film. It's odd to see these films get the Arrow treatment. I know that there was a bit of hoo-ha when Waterworld got it, which I'm also a fan of, for better or worse. But I do actually really enjoy this film. And I don't know, historical inaccuracies aside, the fact that Robin Hood's played by Kevin Costner with very little to no attempt to hide his American accent, which I don't find as jarring as trying to watch Russell Crowe's version with his English accent that bounces between a variety of English counties. But the real star of this is obviously Alan Rickman, who Sheriff of Nottingham is an absolute amazing part for him. It's probably the standout part for Rickman. I know people will say kind of, his Harry Potter work or even his work in Die Hard, but this is an absolute beauty. Morgan Freeman, Mary Elizabeth, Master Antonio there. And this set, I mean, who would have thought that Robin Hood and the Prince of Thieves would get a set like this where you get a snazzy poster, an absolute monster of a production booklet full of artwork and writings. That's the front cover. An amazing steelbook with absolutely outrageous artwork all the way through it. Even inside this, there's art cards, there's production stills, there's all sorts of things going on for this. I'm old enough to remember when this first came out, and the song by Bryan Adams was at #1 for about 10 years. I really enjoyed it then. I really enjoy it now. It's a little bit long. I think it's creeping onto the kind of 2.5 hour mark, and that's a bit of a sit through, but it's just complete, unapologetic action silliness. Nice bit of romance in there. Rickman chewing the entire thing to bits. It's smashing. So yeah, that's Robin Hood and the Prince of Thieves from 1991, released by Arrow Video it's a 4K set. Is it a 4K set? I didn't mention that. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for your patience with the videos. All support, whether it's a like, a subscribe, a comment, is always sincerely really appreciated. Hope you're all well. Take care. Bye bye.